Ladies and gentlemen, there's a big rumor that this week we are getting a Nintendo Direct that's focused on the Nintendo Switch. Maybe by the time you're watching this video that has been announced. But just in case that doesn't happen, I have a bunch of exciting news that you're going to want to check out. So let's go ahead and get into this video. In my opinion, February is going to be a very exciting month because we're supposed to have the last Nintendo Switch focused Nintendo Direct this month. There's also supposed to be a Sony State of Play around Valentine's Day. Also, we're going to go over some news in this video about a potential game we've been waiting for a few years finally making an appearance. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. And let's just go ahead and get into the video. So first, let's start with some Nintendo Switch news. At least I think Nintendo Switch news. There's a rumor that there is going to be a Nintendo Direct this week, like on the 5th probably. So by the time we're watching this video, that has probably been announced, or maybe a day after it will be announced. And there are a lot of games that could make an appearance, right? Maybe Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, maybe some new Kirby, maybe another special edition Nintendo Switch, maybe Nintendo Selects, maybe some new stuff to Nintendo Switch Online. But today we have a leak for one of Nintendo's best franchises. And this leak is coming from the same person who leaked Metro Dread. New 2D Metroid might be coming in 2025 according to Spanish leaker Nash Guido, who successfully leaked Metroid Dread in 2021. What would that possibly be? I was thinking if we get anything Metroid related, it'd be Metroid Prime 2 and 3. And there's a rumor that that's going to happen, but they're going to be ports, not remasters like Metroid Prime 1. And then that would lead us into Metroid Prime 4. But I think Metroid Prime 4 was supposed to come out last year, and I think the Switch 2 is supposed to come out last year, so everything's been delayed by a year. So it's like, do we just go straight into Metroid Prime 4, or do we get into something else Metroid related? Metroid Dread, I don't know the exact sell numbers. I'll try to put them on the screen if I can find them. I think it did better than Nintendo thought it was going to do, and it was really cool that that launched with the Switch OLED. Like Metroid Dread and the Switch OLED launched on the same day. That was a really, really cool day. So what do they do if there's another 2D Metroid? If I had to guess anything, I would think probably a remake of some of the first Metroid games. Maybe something like that. I don't think they would do a whole new entry. Metroid Dread, I think, was worked on for like 10 years or conceptualized for like 10 years, maybe 20 years or something. I don't know. I know they worked on it for a long time. So if 2D Metroid is coming, I think it's coming for the Nintendo Switch. I think it might show up in this Direct this week, and it's probably going to be a remake, but let me know what you guys think. So now let's get into some Switch news because, yeah, it's very exciting stuff. I cannot wait to play this damn console. First, let's start with a game that's going to show up on the PS5 and the Switch 2, and I didn't even know this game was being made, but shows how much I know. Allegedly, the new Perfect Dark game will apparently be releasing on PS5 and Nintendo Switch 2. This isn't like the biggest piece of news, because everything that's happening on Microsoft is now going to other consoles. This is actually more news for me than it is you. I didn't even know this game was being made. I knew there was a rumor that it was being made. I think the last Perfect Dark game we got was Perfect Dark Zero, maybe on Xbox 360. I think I only played the first one, so it's a cool series. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this, okay, so there was a point. I was going to say, why am I even talking about this? There is a point. I have looked into this a little bit more now. This game seems like it's going to be very impressive, pretty taxing on any console that it's on, but it looks very impressive. So if this is coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, I think we could also get possibly Cyberpunk. In yesterday's video, I talked about all the Switch 2 games that have leaked, and I was thinking Cyberpunk might come over, but it might not even be worth playing on the Nintendo Switch 2 because it's one of the most beautiful games ever. Just play it on a PS5 or PC. But if this is coming over to the Switch 2, and it's going to run just fine on the Switch 2, at least hopefully, I think we could also get Cyberpunk. And then possibly, depending on when it comes out, even The Witcher 4. I mean, we got The Witcher 3 on the Switch. It wasn't the best looking port, but it's an impressive port. This gives me hope that the Switch 2, I don't know if the power is going to be better than I thought, but the games will look better. Now, we have another Nintendo Switch 2 update. And this is coming from Patents, so I think this is pretty much set in stone. This is being highlighted by Nash Guido, so shout out to them, the same person who leaked Metroid Dread and that 2D Metroid. Yeah, there's some stuff going on in here, and this is the one that is most interesting to me. detection arrangements using optoelectronic means comprising a plurality of distinctive and separated oriented light emitters associated to the pointing device, a remote cursor controller with distinct and separate oriented LEDs at the tip where radiation are captured by a photo detector associated to the screen. Yeah, I think this confirms that camera accessory or a camera accessory. And I've seen a few things. There was possibly that screen that can plug into the Nintendo Switch 2 and turn it into like a 3DS screen. But then there was another patent, I want to say, that Nintendo filed this trademark. God, I want to say like a few months ago now. And it was just straight up a camera attachment. So that is going to be pretty fun. Yeah, right here it talks about the mouse. Pointing devices displays positioned by the user, mice, trackballs, pins, or joysticks. Very, very exciting stuff. So the Nintendo Switch 2, going to have some surprises. It's going to get wacky, and I think that's what Nintendo needs. Yes, they could just have a safe generation with the Switch 2. It's like, hey, it's a better Nintendo Switch, you know, bigger screen, more powerful console, better looking games, better games in general. But stuff like this, I think that's where Nintendo shines. It's like, we had this great success with the Switch. I don't want to say they're taking risk. We have a camera for the Switch 2. The Joy-Cons can turn into a mouse. I'm sure there's some other crazy stuff going on. This makes me happy. When Nintendo's doing stuff like this, we normally get some really good games as well. Because not only are they getting experimental with the consoles, normally they get experimental with games. Maybe we get some new IPs. Maybe we get some spin-offs of games that we didn't expect, right? Maybe we have some old stuff pop up. Yeah, this is making me very happy. And this is like patent information, so this isn't somebody making this up. This is stuff Nintendo's actually doing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the thing I wanted to talk about most today, the game that I am anticipating most this year. It's not 3D Mario, it's not Pokemon, it's not Zelda. It is a game that has supposedly going to be coming out every single year, and every single Nintendo Direct, I think it's going to make an appearance. I do think it shows up possibly in a Direct. I think that would be an Indie Direct. Is it possible for you to guess what game I am talking about? Yes, I'm talking about Hollow Knight Silksong. We have an update, I think, from one of the developers. I'm always in the Hollow Knight Silksong subreddit. It is insane. If you want to go down the craziest gaming rabbit hole conspiracy subreddit of all time, this is it. This is wacky stuff. So we have this picture right here, and this is the Reddit name. This is one of the Team Cherry's people's Reddit account. I don't know if I said that right, but they have the update right here. Where is it? Sorry if you expected some grand reveal that I'm part of Team Cherry or associated with them in some way. I am not. Even if I was, I would never reveal that information to the public. The amount of vulgar text and some questionable decisions that I have made would definitely leave a bittersweet taste, especially after such a long time you've had to endure silence. However, if I was part of Team Cherry, I think I'd like to tell you it was for the greater good. At least at the time. If we knew it would take so long, silence would have not been our first option. But at this point, we were silent for so long, breaking it now so close to the finish line would just ruin the mystique. Maybe some of you disagree, and understandably so. I hope in the end it's going to be something you truly cherish like we do. Literal blood, sweat, and tears went into making this, which by the looks of it may be our last game we will work on together, which is, man, what a sentence right there just to read. Years go by so fast, almost too fast. But one thing that stays young forever is art. Good art is timeless, and making it takes time and a lot of work. Hollow Knight, for what it's worth, was just a stepping stone in achieving our goal. Some would argue we don't deserve our fan base, and you are right. Thank you for still believing in us despite everything. So it's good to be back is something I would say if I was part of Team Cherry. And then at the very bottom, see you soon. So let me put on my tinfoil hat for just a moment. If I was Team Cherry and I wanted to announce this game, like in the biggest way, how about where everybody's already looking? There's the Nintendo Direct this week. Now, they probably would announce this in an Indie Direct, right? But they don't have to. This is Team Cherry, this is Nintendo, this is Hollow Knight, this is big stuff going on. Imagine if this shows up in a Nintendo Direct. That would be amazing. But it doesn't matter at all. As long as this shows up, they're saying see you soon. I truly think I'm going to be able to play Hollow Knight Silksong on my Nintendo Switch 2 in 2025. And if that's the case, that's going to be peak gaming for me. I don't know if I'll ever be able to achieve something that satisfying again. But, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this information? Because your opinion matters most. So in the comments below, I would love to hear from you guys. If you made it to this part of the video, hit a like and subscribe. And follow your boy on Instagram. We just hit 15K on YouTube, and we're about to hit 500 followers on Instagram. So join this community. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.